Hey everyone, it's Missy. I just want to let you know that I'm going to be in the Twin Cities area doing in-person readings on October 23rd through the 28th. If you're interested, you can book now at MissyRenosmith.com. Hello and welcome back to In Spirit with Missy Reno Smith. Today we are talking to Cassie Bingham of San Diego, California. One of my favorite places, by the way. I first went to San Diego when I was like 19. My husband brought me there and I thought it was like paradise. I thought it was like the best place in the world. So you're very lucky that you get to live in Southern California. Have you been there your whole life?
Yes, born and raised. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you look like a California girl, so which is fun. Okay, so we're doing a reading today for everybody who is tuning in, so a little bit different. And so I can kind of share with you guys what I do. I'm excited to talk to you, Cassie. I just want to say, first up, when I first saw you, on screen, the first thought that came to me is you're not just an animal owner, you're like seriously into animals and fostering or helping animals find homes and things like that. So that clicks. Is that something you do?
Absolutely. That is a huge passion of mine. I am big into rescue.
Mm-hmm.
And San Diego, for the most part, is no kill. So I connect with shelters in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And figure out what dogs are on the euthanization list to be put down soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I network with other people to help find them fosters, adopters, rescues. And I myself have rescued 3 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the day they were set to be put down. And my first rescue absolutely changed my life. My heart's very much in it. Like I said, I'm so passionate about it. And these dogs have truly changed my life. I love them so much. They're like my children.
Oh, I love that. So you're a dog mom and yeah, so but not just to your own dogs, to like other dogs too. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah. Just like I said, the first image that I got in my mind for you was that. And so it sounds like it is pretty big in your life. Yeah, it's a really good topic just in and of itself. I mean, really, people need to think about, rescuing and if you're thinking about getting a dog, you should check the shelters and see who's
Absolutely.
out there. Yeah, I love that you're getting them just before they're set to go. There's still more life in them. There's still more love that they can give and receive and all that. So that's really cool. Maybe we'll put some links at the end of the show for people to find out where they can go or what organizations maybe that you're passionate about. We can put that up.
That would be amazing. Yes.
Yeah. I want to tune into a dog in your life. I don't know if this dog is in heaven or on earth. I'm looking at a very old brown dog. It looks like a lab, but like big and a real big muscular lab-like dog, brown boy. And he's just really old. So do you know who I'm talking about?
Many years ago, our family, we did have a chocolate lab, Jake, who lived to be 17. And then currently, our family, this dog lives with my parents, but his name is Maverick. He's an enormous chocolate lab who is getting very, very old.
He's getting very, very old. Okay, so we've got a Jake and a Maverick, but they're both boys and they're both labs and they're big. Jake is big too.
Yes, not quite as big as Maverick. Maverick is, he's an English lab, so his head is much bigger than the typical lab, and he has so much fur. He's like,
does he
yes,
like the gel? Okay, I think I'm talking about Maverick then,
I think so too.
Yeah, who's on Earth then. But that would bring up Jake as well, and I'm sure that Jake is going to be waiting for his his buddy. They all know each other over there, of course. So even if they didn't know each other on Earth. Well, Maverick had some health problems in the past, and it's like he really has a will to live. So yeah, how old is Maverick now?
He is, I want to say maybe 13.
Okay, 13. Yeah.
Right
Well,
about there, yeah.
I think we're going to have him for a while longer. So I don't think he's ready to go. So I'm hoping he's gonna stay. But they're talking about him, and I think he's like a miracle dog. So what would happen to him in the past? Why is he a miracle?
So he had quite a few hip problems. He's had multiple surgeries for that, and
Wow.
he has bone spurs, and a lot of these pieces of chipped bone were not able to be removed. So they
Oh,
are still in his body and cause some pain. So he does have trouble
sure.
getting around. And
Mm-hmm.
then a while back, he was actually attacked by a huge Saint Bernard, and that
Oh,
dog did quite a bit of damage. So he had drains, he had a lot of things going on. So a good amount of surgeries and health issues through the years, but it's so much
wow.
life in him. Such a goofy dog. His personality is still very puppy-like, although his body isn't.
That's sweet. Wow, oh my God, he survived an attack. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Well, have you guys tried cold laser red light therapy with him?
No.
It's relatively inexpensive now because you can get these red lights for $40 on Amazon. But if you put that on him, that might remove some of his inflammation.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have to. It sounds like he's real like fluffy furry, like a lab. They got that thick fur. You might have to move that around to make sure the light really penetrates that area. But yeah, that might help with his pain just a little bit. It's really incredible what this cold laser therapy does. Near infrared light is another term people use for that. So maybe we can help him just get a little bit of relief there.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely look
really
into that.
yeah, he seems really sweet. And by the way, I do think Jake is around, and he seems like he was like a person. Like he had very well, he had person name, but he had like, I don't know, just interesting mannerisms and things that we just might like apply to a person rather than a dog. Does that click for you?
Yes, yes. He
Okay.
was very sweet, very loyal, and
Mhm.
a very mellow lab.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cute. Very cute. Well, he's absolutely lovely over there. He looks like a puppy, so he doesn't look like he's, said, well, he looks like an older puppy, like a 2-year-old. He doesn't look like a 17-year-old anymore. So he's just free, and he wants you to know that if that's where you work, in heaven, we all have jobs, we all have things we do. Job is like a horrible term. It's like things we're passionate about. So over there, you work with animals. That's just part of what you do. So, which is interesting because here it's a passion of yours, but it's not your job. You have another job. You're in the school system. So, can I ask you, does that make you, are you a teacher or are you administrative?
Yes, I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher. Okay. Okay. So you're a teacher here, but your passion is animals and all of that. Well, that just shows us like, sometimes we have a job that we're really good at and that, but it's not necessarily, like our deep down soul purpose. So
Hmm.
yours just really has to do with animals, and they have their own space in heaven. They can go wherever they want, but they tend to congregate in these certain areas, and so that would be where you kind of live, and you work with them. So it's a great job. I'm sure there's only love, no stress, all of that. Not that we have stress in heaven, but so that's really cool about you. I think that you get to do that. I think a lot of people love to go there, just for, just for to receive that love. But yeah, you get to kind of stay there all the time. So teaching is in your blood. I see we have other teachers in the family. And could you tell me about that? Who else is a teacher in your family?
So my mom is a teacher, and her mom was a teacher as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So it really does. It really is in the blood. So,
Yes.
okay, wonderful, wonderful. And your mom is who has Maverick. That's Maverick's mom is your mom then. So,
Correct.
okay, really cool. And you, can I ask you what you teach?
So for my first 9 years, I taught Spanish, which is
Uh-huh.
my passion and what I got my credential for. And
Yes.
these past 2 years, I've taught humanities, so language arts and social studies. And then my mom is a Spanish professor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's kind of where that came from. Well, very interesting. Think we need teachers. Thank you. So glad that you do that. Um,
Thank you.
and did you say middle school?
Yeah, I'm doing middle school, yes.
Middle school. That's a good age for you. That's a good that's a good age range. You must really reach those kids at that particular spot. They must really like you, huh?
Hmm.
Do you feel like that? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I do. I felt a little more liked when I was teaching Spanish because it's an
Hmm.
elective and something these kids chose to take.
Sure.
Whereas now teaching humanities, it's they don't have a choice,
Hmm.
whether they want to take that or not. So my past 2 years teaching humanities definitely haven't been quite as enjoyable as the years I was teaching Spanish.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe we could get you back. Yeah. Okay. So I think well, I don't know. I see you doing a few things in the future. So I think maybe we could get you back to that, but you might be doing something that's outside of the school system even. Um, so maybe you're going to be, do you do any tutoring or anything outside of the school system, like on the side? Because it looks like I don't know if it's exactly that, but it looks like it could be something where people are coming to you.
So actually, one of the reasons why I'm not teaching Spanish anymore is I took a 2 year leave of absence and I moved to Idaho
Okay.
because I had best friends who were living there and I wanted to try it out. So for those 2 years, I actually started my own business called Teacher to Go. And
Oh.
either students would come to me or I would go to them, and I helped homeschool students. It was also during the pandemic, so I
Mhm.
helped kiddos who were doing virtual learning, a lot of tutoring, absolutely.
Okay, and is that something that you want to start back up or, continue or?
I would definitely be open to that. Um, had you not brought up teaching, I would have asked you, what you see for me because these past 2 years really have done a number on me, and they have really made me feel like I'm not sure how much longer I can
Mhm.
do this. The
Sure.
school system has changed so much, and
Hmm.
there's just no support from admin anymore. So
Hmm.
I've been in situations where I desperately needed admin to have my back, whether it
Hmm.
was a student issue or more commonly a parent issue.
Hmm.
And I was left hanging, and it really crushed me, because teaching is something I put my all into.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I go 150%. My heart's in it. I work so hard for the students, the parents, and admin. And when I needed them most, it was me on my own. And so that
Hmm.
was, like I said, it really crushed me and made me feel differently. Um, and I have teacher friends who are 55 and they're saying, oh, they're going to teach till they're 60. They need to keep going in order to collect their full retirement. And I think I'm 38, and I think to myself, there's no way I can do this even another 10 years. So I don't get too stressed out about it, but it is in the back of my mind often like, what am I going to do? Because I do make good money. I've put in enough years where I'm pretty high
Hmm.
up there on the pay scale.
Sure.
So I'm always thinking, what is something else I can do that I will enjoy more and feel better about?
Hmm.
Something that's not damaging my mental health,
Yes.
where I can still make a good amount of money.
Well, yeah, and we have to think about that, right? Because money is required for us to live here on Earth, and it's important. But your well-being and feeling like you are, um, feeling like you're making a difference, and then but also being supported, very important. Yeah, there needs to be some reform. This can't continue. Yeah, the school system, and whether it's California or it's beyond, I mean, they're going to be losing so many good teachers because of this. If we don't fix this problem. But you do have to think about yourself. I definitely see you doing something outside the school system. So if you were to start your business back up here, in California, I think you would. I think you would be successful, and I think that it would expand beyond you. I think that you would have other people working for you. I think that you would also create something where it's not only just your time, your time or their time making money. So you're going to have something that you're selling, and that you can make money in your sleep, kind of a thing. So
Oh, that
putting
sounds great.
yes, putting some, and I relate to that myself because it used to be just doing readings. What I made was just my time. I could only make money based on the time that I put into it. So then I started thinking, well, I could sell my art and I could sell jewelry and I could do these other passions that I have, and it's helpful. So yeah, so I would think about that. How can I expand this and make it so that it's just not reliant on just my time alone, okay? But it looks good. And that would give you more time, I think, to work with animals and things too, right? Like if you're making your schedule, and so you get to do all of the things. I see we have a gentleman in our life. We're not married, right?
Correct. Yes.
But you've got somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I see more time for kind of that stuff, and just more personal time, and that just does this start with an M?
It does. His name is Manuel, but I call him Junior.
Junior. Okay, but his name is Manuel. Manuel. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, I kind of like him. He's a little rough around the edges sometimes, and I like that about him. And he looks strong to me. I just kind of see him as like a silhouette and that. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of like him. And how long have you been together?
So we've been together 10 years, but I've known him for over 25 years.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, yeah. Well, I really like him. Heaven seems to like him too. There's a lady coming through. She's an older lady. Bonnie, maybe Bonnie, or sounds like Bonnie.
That's my dad's mom.
Dad's mom, Bonnie.
Bonnie with a V.
Oh, Vonnie. Okay, Vonnie with a V. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, she likes him. She likes Junior. She likes to sing to you. She sings to you. She likes to sit with you and like just be, and just like she likes to she wants you to talk to her. She wants to just listen to you. And so talk out loud to Grandma Vonnie. And okay. She's very Catholic.
Yes.
She's very, very Catholic. She's like Catholic on steroids, and which I love. She's very sweet. And she says heaven is amazing. It's everything that she knew it would be. And God is everything that she knew God would be, but better. And just all love. And that's what she wants everybody to know, that God is just all love, no judgment, just love. and she wants you to know that God loves you, and that God is smiling on you and behind you. Sometimes it's hard to sort of relate to our Creator. It's just sort of this weird abstract thing in our minds, and who is God, and all that. But God really is our dad, and our mom, because there's the male and the female side to God. The Holy Spirit, if one is Christian, you might think of the Holy Spirit as the female side. And so yeah, she wants you to know God and to think more about God. Okay. She keeps singing. I don't know, I wish I could tell what she's singing. It doesn't sound like it's not in English, so I don't really know this song. But it's like very it's very Spanish. It sounds Spanish, I think. But it's talking about all the colors in the world, and she's saying that all the colors in the world, and then but there's so much more color in heaven, which is actually something I talk about myself as an artist, and I paint heaven and stuff. She's starting to turn my ear a little red, by the way. It's just slightly. When they talk to me, this is normal. This is slightly red. If those of you who are watching, when they talk to me and she's singing to me in this ear, it brings the blood to my ear. I call it red ear. So she's bringing on red ear, and that's just a kind of a physical manifestation that they can do. So she's doing that, just so you understand. But she's talking about all the colors on earth and all the colors in heaven. So if you don't know her song, ask Dad, or ask somebody in your family, figure that out. Because I wish that I could say like translate it. I really can't, but she's got something going, and maybe she just liked to sing in general too, just kind of humming or whatever, and that. She seemed like she was a happy lady. She seems very happy over there. Was she happy on Earth?
She was, yes.
Joyful. Yeah, that's nice. Did you spend a lot of time with her?
I did, more so when I was younger, but I had a lot of sleepovers at her house. She would wake me up bright and early Sunday morning for church, and then we always went to breakfast after. We went on many trips we call it the river. It's in Arizona. Lots of family trips to Mexico. So I definitely spent a lot of time with her, and all of the big holidays were with her.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, she reminds me of my grandma. We did a lot of sleepovers with my grandma too. We're in Arizona. I live in Arizona. I'm in the Phoenix area.
So it's Lake Martinez, not too far from Yuma.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. And you went to Mexico with her a lot. That's really cool. So that must be the Spanish thing then, that I'm something from, all of that. Well, she's a very, very loving woman, and she really does care deeply for you. She's talking about some little girls, nieces. Do we have some nieces?
I do. I have 2 nieces. Yes.
Okay, so she's really into these nieces. She loves, awesome. Yeah, she loves to hang out with them. So make sure it's a sister.
Yes.
Your sister's children. Okay, make sure your sister knows that grandma is watching over her and her little girls, and they're real little, right? They're still like little.
8 months and 6.
Oh wow, yeah, they are little. 8 months and 6. Wow. Okay, yeah, and then she talks about her boy. She has a boy over there with her, a little boy, and I don't feel like I'm talking to him, by the way. And he passed like before you were born, so you wouldn't have known him anyways. But I'm just supposed to talk about him and say she's got her little boy. And he died tragically. She said it was very difficult for everybody, but she's got him in her arms, so she wants everybody to know that. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, his name is Harvey. She had quite a few kids. I want to say 6 sons and 1 daughter.
Oh,
And Harvey was the firstborn. So my
oh.
dad's older brother.
Hmm.
And it was very tragic. If I'm remembering correctly, on New Year's, um, Grandpa and Grandma were in the car. Harvey was in the back. They got a flat tire. I want to say Harvey was around 12, I think.
Okay.
So Grandpa and Harvey got out to fix the tire, and a drunk driver hit them.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Grandpa survived that. Grandpa survived that. Oh, that's so difficult. Wow.
Yeah, and
That,
my dad has fishing boats, and he names them Harvey Bingham.
oh wow. Oh, I love that. That's a really beautiful tribute to him. Well, they're lovely. Grandpa is here, by the way. So Grandpa's in heaven too with Grandma. And he's a boat man. So it's not just Dad who has boats. He's like, I'm a boat man.
Yeah,
Um,
that's who Dad got it from.
Yeah, yeah, Navy. He's talking about my husband. My husband was in the Navy. They use
Yeah.
my references to communicate with me. So he, they sort of dig inside my brain and try to pull out whatever I can understand and that. So he's a very outgoing guy over there. By the way, everybody loves him. He's got a lot of friends. He's got a big social network over there. He seems to light up the room, when anywhere he goes, he kind of lights it up. So I really like that about him. He's talking about another gentleman who passed, and did we have somebody who died maybe by suicide or something where they caused it, like a cousin maybe? Do you have a cousin or somebody that would be like kind of on level with you? I mean, a friend or brother,
Yes,
friend.
cousin, yes.
Okay, okay. So he's got him, all right, and it was something that he had like he had some part in his own passing, right?
Yes, he didn't have a drug problem, but he liked to party here and there.
Okay.
And he did some cocaine with a few people, and it had fentanyl in it.
Oh goodness. Oh, that is so tragic. That's happening a lot lately, right? And we have to be careful. People need to know. People need to know because yeah, he didn't wake up that day and say, he didn't think he was going to go. He's very everybody likes him too. This young man, and he's very grateful. He's very grateful. Did your parents do something for him? Did they help him or something? He's very grateful to your parents.
My parents were his godparents.
Oh,
And
okay.
so he went on a lot of vacations with us. He spent a lot of time. He'd come over to our house and hang out with me and my sister. We have like 50 cousins, but Trace is his name,
Hmm.
was our favorite and was everyone's favorite. We were very close. And when he needed work, my dad gave him a job. My parents definitely did a lot for him. And when he passed, they created a memorial on the bay where there's trees that my dad planted. So a lot of people will go and visit. We call them Trace's trees.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's a really beautiful, beautiful tribute for him. Yeah, okay, yeah. And also I just want to mention about his passing too. He was so shocked. He says he wanted to run back when he realized he was out of his body. Like he hopped out of his body and he was like, "Can I come back in?" Like he was attempting to go back in. Like he wants everybody to know, like I really tried, like I
Mhm.
really tried. But then he just realized this is where I'm supposed to be, and then you know, all that comfort and love kind of came over him. So he just wants everybody to know he's okay, I think. You know, like, I'm okay. You know, it was, yes, it was it was just as difficult for him as it was for everybody else, just the shock and everything. But I hope that his story, though, I hope it helps other people. Really, truly, I hope it helps everybody just sort of remember we don't know what's in this. You know, we might think we just want to have some fun, but what else is in this, and can my body handle it? So it's probably not a good idea to do that. Love Trace's trees. I know a young man named Trace too. So love that name. Absolutely love that name. He's an incredible young man, just like this guy is too. So just gratitude and love from Trace. Okay. Just pure gratitude and love. He just wants everybody to know, the whole family. And yes, and you know, love to your parents for all that they did, and to you and your siblings. You have one sister or two?
I have one sister.
One sister, and so there's two of you. And he says you always gave him sound advice. You always could talk him down, and you could provide a perspective that he couldn't see, and he just wants you to know that he got that from you, okay? That it helped him. So thank you to you as well. And he says he likes to ride in the car with you. So car time is a good time to be with him and talk to him. Grandpa, I think, would do that too. So talking to Grandpa in the car. Grandpa, I don't know if we established his name, but he's Grandpa Jay.
Grandpa Jim.
What is Jim? Okay, thank you. And so yeah, so car time. I think it's a very protective thing when our male spirits like to ride in the cars with us ladies. I think there's a lot of them that like to do that, and so it's one of their ways of, you know, just providing some sort of protection for us. And one way for them to feel like they're still doing something for us, because they can't be here, you know, but what can they do over there? And that. Is there anything that you want to just say to Trace? Or ask him, either way.
Trace was a very difficult one. He had just turned 21, and again, he was everyone's favorite. And although I was so much older, I enjoyed his company so much, and I feel so lucky, especially for the Mexico trips that we got to go on together. And I feel so grateful that we had gotten so close. And I know my sister feels the same. There's not a day that goes by that my sister and I don't think about him. Yeah. And I'm sure he knows this, but ever since his passing, we spend all of the holidays with his parents and his brother. So we take care of them. We make sure that they're not alone. And we keep Trace's memory alive. We talk about the good times, and we post pictures, and we miss him so much. And we're just doing everything that we can to make sure, you know, his love stays alive in the family, and we miss him very much.
Oh gosh, that's what that's above and beyond, truly. But that's what we do. We love our family. We love him. We want, that's what we do. And I think that's where all that love and gratitude, comes from. Then, he's watching what you guys are doing, and especially taking care of his family, making sure that they don't feel alone. His brother, wow, that must be really tough for him, for his only brother to be gone. That must be a really, really tough experience. So it's wonderful that you guys are doing that. And I love that you touched on the age difference, but yet you know, it was, you were so important to him and he was so important to you, and that, so, you know, it didn't matter. He's a fairly recent passing then, right? He's not super recent, but, you know, within the last few years then?
Yes, I want to say maybe 2.5, something right around
Okay.
there, maybe 3.
Yeah. Well, he's got a life over there. He has established himself, and he he has a big circle, and he's with family, of course, right? Because he's with, you know, all sorts of family members over there, and he just wants everybody to know that he's okay. He's okay. He's not vulnerable. He's, you know, he's living, and we do like, heaven is real life, and this world is like, it's like being at boarding school, right? So we're off at school, you and I, and he's over there just living the dream, living real life, and that. And it's hard for us to think of it that way. It's like hard to relate to it, you know, because we're just, what we know is this is what we know. But truly, that's what it is. So yeah, so he's kind of just, he's doing his thing, but he checks in on everybody. It seems like he's like a daily thing. Like he likes to go around and see, you know, all of his friends and family. He left a lot of friends. There's a lot of people in this world that are missing him, and he's aware. He knows. So it's one, I guess it's really great too, why they have a place to go. His trees, that really is special, that you guys created that, your dad created that. You said it's right on the bay?
Yes.
Oh, he's the lucky guy. What a great view he gets when he goes to see his trees. That's so awesome. Yeah, no, he loves the water. He truly, he loves the water. And so he's just grateful, super, 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 super grateful. And he says, Kathy, don't wait. Don't sit on your dreams. Don't wait for them, because you're just prolonging your future. Okay. So what is it that you want to do? Create a plan and start taking steps to get it. He's really wants to kind of push you on that, and says too, you can start doing things now. You don't have to stop one thing before you start the other. And so you can kind of get things going so that you get to a point where you can sort of push off and do what you want to be doing. So he's listening to you. He's watching you, he's listening, and he just wants you to be happy. You know, that's, life is short. And he understands that, right? Life was quite short for him. So I think that makes that lesson just a little stronger, you know, when it's
Definitely.
coming from somebody. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he has just a lot of love for everybody. And it's like he doesn't want to let go of me. So I keep talking. He doesn't want to let go, but he is going to let go. He's going to back away a little bit for me, but just wants you to know he's kind of still here, still hanging around. He's not going anywhere. But who else do we want to talk to, or is there another topic you want to get to?
There was another person I was hoping might come through.
Okay, don't say anything. Hold on, don't say anything more. Let's first see if I can just pull them out if they're already here. Female, female, right?
I was thinking male. I have quite a few over there.
You've got quite a few. Okay, well, I've got a female. Can we talk to her first?
Sure.
Okay. Competition, either you two are in competition together or in competition with each other. I'm not really sure what to do. Like if you competed in a sport or something, or if you were just competitive in life. So I'm going to put her in the friend category and talk about her. I don't think it was like a mean competition thing, like not like that, just like we were maybe trying to push each other and kind of a thing. So do you have somebody like that fits that description?
I think so. Yeah.
Mhm. She's she was a drug passing too?
Alcohol, if it's who I'm thinking.
Alcohol, not drugs. Okay, yeah, well, substances. Okay. She's a very emotional person. She communicates emotionally. Was that how she was here on Earth too? Like just like raw, like a raw nerve.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm laughing because sometimes my husband refers to me as a raw nerve. But yeah, she just very like heart on her sleeve, very emotional and empathic even. So kind of would feel other people's emotions, would confuse her about her own emotions. Perhaps she was trying to cover some of that up with alcohol. That's a difficult experience to have people who are empathic or deeply, deeply empathic. It can be really tough. Gosh, to pass from alcoholism, that must have been pretty intense then, Cassie.
Very intense, and it went on for years. She's actually the reason I left Idaho. It's she was my best friend, and she is how I met my boyfriend. My boyfriend is her younger brother.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool. That's how you knew him for 25 plus years then.
Yes, and
And then you guys,
unfortunately,
uh-huh.
we were not on good terms when she passed.
Well, that happens, right? I mean, when somebody's dealing with addiction, it's very difficult. You know, all sorts of things. I mean, life is just difficult. All the circumstances and that. So that's very common. She is not thinking about that at all. She's grateful for you, and she wishes that, well, no, she doesn't. She understands that everything she went through was for a purpose because we all come here to learn. And so we plan these lives out. But there are some things where she did make life harder on herself. And she wishes she would have seen that. There were things that I think she's like you were pointing out, or you were trying to point out, or trying to show her, and she just couldn't do it, couldn't get there. And so yeah, so on those things she wishes that she could have accepted what you were saying or what you were trying to show her. So just gratitude. I mean, you tried your best. You really did, and she sees that. It wasn't your responsibility, of course, right? Because we're all responsible for ourselves, but you did everything that a friend could, and sometimes walking away is part of that. Okay, it's a very important part. We have to set boundaries and we have to follow through, and you did. Okay, so gratitude. Could I ask you what her name? Like I said, she's communicating emotionally, so I don't even have like an initial for her. What was her name?
Monique was her name.
Monique. Oh wow, Monique. Oh, I love that. Okay. Oh, beautiful name. Beautiful name. Yeah. Okay. Monique and Manuel. Yeah, they go together. um, she's she's got a big heart for him. I hope that he knows that she is watching over him too. She feels bad that she's not here to be big sister and and all of that, but she tries to do it from over there. And she's definitely healed since going to heaven, but she didn't arrive that way. So when she first got there, she needed a little extra attention, and some spirits do. We may have talked about this on the show before, where if somebody dies tragically or they had just a very tough life, dealing with addiction or something, along those terms, sometimes they need to kind of be wrapped in God's love for a while, and then sort of emerge, and then they can kind of accept everything. So she had that going on. Sometimes when that happens, people say they can't feel their loved one for a while, and they're like, where are they? What's going on? So if anybody, if you or her or Manuel Jr. or if her other family members felt that way, that would have been the case. That would have been what had happened, because she was kind of in that space. So she kind of needed that before she did her life review, which is totally fine. Yeah, we can have that time. God gives us whatever we need. So she did that, and I think that just kind of shows just how tough things were for her. Is there anything you want to ask her or say to her?
It's very hard, because the person she was in the last 5 years of her life, I almost look at it as two completely separate people.
Sure.
She went from being the most, so responsible, someone we all looked up to at the end there doing just the most horrible things. One thing I had to do is I had to meet up with her ex-husband and let him know, hey, when you're dropping those kids off to her and you think they're safe, she's drinking and driving with them. And so I guess I contributed in a way to her losing custody of her kids. And I know she had a lot of anger towards me with that. And I had so much anger towards her because, like I said, my boyfriend and I left our life in Idaho to move in with her and help her. And, so we were living with her, and she had hoarded out the entire house, kind of like the show Hoarders.
Wow.
We cleaned up the house, we fixed things that were broken. We put a lot of money into it. We got her into a beautiful rehab, which she ultimately refused to go to. And then without giving us any notice, she told us that she had put the house on the market and sold it, and we needed to get out, and we had nowhere to go. And so, to be blunt, she hurt us so badly at the end there. It's very hard for us not to hold a lot of anger and hateful feelings toward her still to this day.
And that's okay. Sometimes we have trouble letting go of our trauma here. And ultimately, we let go of it when we get to heaven. But I hope that you guys do, because it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us to hold it and that. And addiction, gosh, it's such a horrible disease. It causes people to become somebody totally different, by the way, what you did with her kids, that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. That's what people need to do, to keep people safe and that. So you did the right thing. And so she doesn't hold, she understands, she understands how it goes. I can understand why she needed that time before she could do her life review. That would be pretty brutal to have to face what we did. Now, when we do our life review, for people who are listening, and for you, Cassie, when we do our life review, God is with us. God is there to support us and love us, and there's no judgment. There's absolutely no judgment. So we don't have somebody like sort of lording over us, being like shaking their finger, like you did this and that. What God does is point out the good things that we did, but we ourselves, we are scrutinizing everything. We have to face ourselves in the mirror. So she had to do that. And she needed to work up the courage to do that, because that's some pretty tough stuff that was happening. And leaving her own brother and her best friend without a place like that's intense. That's really intense. But again, remember too, sometimes this helps, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just makes me angry even when I think about this. But we plan our life out before we get here. And that means all of the experiences that we are going through, we said yes to. So you have to remember, so you got to take that personal responsibility. Like, I said yes to that. Why did I say yes to that? And seriously, to this day, cannot understand why I said yes to some of the things that I've said yes to. Like some of the experiences that I've had, just, like, why did I have to go through that? It's so horrible. But I did it because I needed to learn and grow from it. So sometimes when we're struggling with our trauma and that, sometimes it helps to think, okay, what did I get from it though? What did I learn and how did I grow? And, how did I get stronger? Because I think you probably did get stronger,
Absolutely.
having to, kind of pick yourself up, and the financial losses there. I mean, having to kind of figure out how do we get through that. There's a lot of lessons in there. Again, sometimes it just is more irritating to think of it in that way, but sometimes it is helpful. So, and she really does, the plan is a plan, and she was following through her plan, but she did make things harder. And that's, those types of things where she made it harder. She wishes that she hadn't. It wasn't her intention to hurt anybody. It was, but it certainly, that's what it did. She recognizes that is what she did. Remember, she's watching over you. Remember, she's an advocate for you, and in that way, she is trying to make it up to you in a way, in the best way that she can from over there. And so when you need help with something, ask her. You can ask Monique, say, please, I need some help. Can you help me help me get to, from A to B, whatever it is that you're trying to do, because she does want to help both you and Junior. Lots and lots of love from her, lots and lots of love. And she truly is, she's the first Monique. She's the Monique that you knew, in the beginning, and that she's Monique at her very best. That's who we are in heaven. And so think of her that way. She is certainly wiser. She didn't learn all the lessons in the way that she wanted to learn them, but she did gain wisdom from this life. And she'll be watching over her kids and her ex. I mean, that was a rough situation too, she says. So, but she's grateful to you. She's truly grateful for everything that you do and continue to do for her family. Okay.
Thank you.
She's pulling back. You had another male. I don't see another male right now. We might have to call for him. Sometimes we have to do this. I prefer to just be able to bring them through, but sometimes I can't, which is important for people to know. Sometimes they're not always there. So who did you want to connect with?
His name is Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay. And is he family?
Adopted brother.
Okay. Adopted. He's adopted brother, but he's got grandpa's name. So that's what I thought he was okay. Well, adopted doesn't matter. Blood or not. I mean, that's brother. Do you have a tragic passing too?
Yes.
You got a lot of tragic passings here. I'm so sorry you've gone through that. Well, he stands with Trace, and so I'm thinking it's like Trace, and they are together. So they're hanging out over there. So his passing was similar, or no, his was a little different, but it had to do with sort of similar circumstances.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and he actually passed in my bedroom, and my parents found him.
Oh wow! Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. That's difficult. Yeah, he says he's very physical. He's like touchy and like everything. He's a physical guy. Was he like that on Earth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We always say he gave the best bear hugs. He hugged you like he hadn't seen you in years every time.
Love it, love it. See, okay, these are the types of things that we have to talk about, right? And especially because you had to call him in, so so you said, his name and everything, but then when I talk of then, his mannerisms and things, that's what lets you know that he's here, right? That really is Jimmy. Yeah, no, he's very touchy. He's like he's just touching me. So, which is totally fine with me. He's allowed to touch me. I love it. Okay, so he says, gratitude, thank you, love, of course, all of those things. But he's talking about how he feels like he won the lottery. Like your family was the lottery, and he wants you guys to know that he understands that he won the lottery by getting to be with your family. So I love the way he puts that. Maybe you should go buy a lottery ticket. But he definitely wants to say it was special, that your family is special, and he recognizes that. He just had struggles. He just had things that were just really rough and hard for him to handle, to deal with. He just didn't feel like he always had the tools inside of him, and it had nothing to do with anybody else. It was just him. So so he was fighting some battles, fighting some demons. I don't like that term, but it's the term he's using. There's not real demons like that. I mean, yeah, there's negative spirits out there and things, but we don't have to be like afraid or anything like that. But he was just battling these internal things and just wants everybody to know, like, hey, I was struggling with something. Maybe it was like a mental health thing. Was he like in mental health care?
Yes. So he was dealing with some things. So his parents both died of AIDS. They were very close to my parents. So his mother died first, and then his dad on the deathbed asked my dad, I want you to be the one who takes care of Jimmy. Mm-hmm. So I want to say, although, my parents knew him his whole life,
yep,
they officially adopted him. I want to say maybe he was in 6th grade or somewhere right around there, middle school.
Sure.
And he definitely went through lots of struggles. He was in and out of jail a couple times. Aww. And his last kind of stretch in prison was for about a year. And during that time, his girlfriend had a baby with his cousin that he was very close to. Mm-hmm. So he had a lot of issues with that cousin. And then that cousin tragically passed away. And my brother, as far as I know, was clean at the time and doing really well. And mm-hmm. the passing of his cousin, he felt like he couldn't handle it. But he didn't want to maybe go back to drugs, which he may have done in the past. So he, if I'm correct, he had my mom get him a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Okay.
So he was put on medication and was doing some counseling. And I don't know exactly what happened, but I know the medication that he was on did play a part in his passing.
Okay. Gotcha. Wow. Yeah. Well, those are some major demons he was battling then. That's a lot of stress that somebody can go through to lose your parents so young. But I love how he describes your family as like being a winning lottery ticket. Like he couldn't have gone to a better place. He could not have gone to a better place. And you guys really tried. You really worked hard for him, and he recognizes it. He sees it, and he wants you all to know that he has a lot of gratitude. He's really big into the animals too over here. So like when you guys, if your animals are like playing, like looking at something, you're like, what are they looking at? It's Jimmy. He loves to talk through the animals. So watch your animals for him. Yeah. Animals they're so sensitive, right? Like they certainly perceive all of the beyond stuff and that. He got your sister. He wants to shout out to your sister, and she just had a birthday. He's saying happy birthday to her. So was her birthday recent?
March.
Oh, well, he must have been with her on her birthday.
Did
Maybe
just have her anniversary for.
Okay, just
Mary.
recent. Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be that. So she just had something, and he just wants to say lots and lots of love, and he's with her and sees her. She's doing good. He thinks that that she's doing good. He wants to praise her. It's hard. Yeah, being a mom, it's a lot of work. So he wants to praise her for that, and wants her to know that he's watching over her too. Okay. He thinks that you've got it together. He thinks you've got it. Yes, he really does. He thinks that that you've got life, and you're going to hit those goals. You're going to get to where you need to get, and but it's not that everything comes easy. Everything, we're still work. He recognized that, but he doesn't worry about you, and that's what he wants you to know. And is there anything you want to say to him or ask him? We're getting close to the end here, but I want to make sure I give you that opportunity.
I guess, just I miss him so much. He's another one I think of every single day. And when I'm driving, I often imagine him in the passenger seat, just like rocking out with me, listening to music.
Awesome.
I make sure to take care of his sister and his nieces, his blood sister. I'm very close with his blood sister and her kids.
Okay. Yeah.
She often feels like she doesn't have a lot of family. So I make sure to spend as much time with her as I can when she's in town. And her daughter just graduated. I sent gifts and I check in all the time. So I want to make sure that he knows I'm watching over them, for him.
Yeah, that's amazing, by the way. That really is. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and him and I had a 7-year age difference, so that's another thing, almost like Trace. Although we were pretty far apart in age, I have so many amazing, fun memories with him that I cherish, and I love that he wanted to spend time with me and he wanted to hang out with me. And my brother, 7 years older than me, would call me on the weekend and, what are you doing, Cass? Let's hang out. Let's go to a party. And I mean, I'm so glad we did all those things because I cherish those memories so much and I miss him. And I absolutely idolized him. I always, told people all about him. And, like you said, blood or no blood, he's my brother. And he was the first, tragic, unexpected death that I had in my life. And so that that made quite the impression. But I always think to myself, when it's my time, he's the first one I want to see.
The one, yes. Oh, he'll do that for you. He says yes on that. He will do that. Long time from now, very, very long time from now, he says. But when it is time, he says he's going to reach down, and so that you can just reach right up and go right into his arms. So, oh my goodness, lots and lots of love. He's so grateful for you, and he says you were the coolest little sister. The coolest little sister. He was always happy to have you around. Okay, so lots and lots of love from him. And we're just getting to the end here. So I just want to say it was really great talking to you, Cassie. You got a lot of really cool people over here. Like they really are wonderful people to be watching over you. And no matter how they passed and, no matter what our relationships were with them, in the beginning or in the end and all of that, I mean, it just washes away. And it just, when you go back over there, it'll all just be so perfect. Okay. So any of those struggles, and of course, Grandma and Grandpa are waving goodbye to you as well. So lots and lots of love from them. Remember that God loves you. Cassie, Grandma wanted to make sure that you remember that you're seen and known by your Creator. And I just want to say that to everybody else. Remember that God loves you, and I'm sending angels your way. Bye.
If you'd like to learn more about Missy Reno Smith, please visit MissyRenoSmith.com to book a reading and purchase her artwork. You can find the In Spirit podcast on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you stream your podcasts.